Hello everyone. As you can tell by the name of the video, there's been an update on the whole video restrictions slash streaming restrictions that Atlus has put up for Persona 5. I found this out while I was at work. I don't know if they uploaded it sooner or later, or sooner while I was at work before my break. While I was on Twitter, I didn't see it posted, so someone I followed retweeted it. So that's how I learned about it while I was on my way back to work. So, and I couldn't make a video, so obviously I'm making one now. It's like 11 o'clock on Wednesday the 26th, I think it is. I honestly don't remember. But anyway, yes, there has been an update on the Persona 5 streaming slash video restrictions. I'll just read to you. It's a lot shorter than it was last time, so I'll just read you what Atlus said. When Persona 5 launched, we put out a set of video slash streaming guidelines that we hoped would limit online spoilers for fans who have yet to play the game. To our surprise, we then saw numerous reactive news articles go up, opinion videos post, and received many emails asking us to please change our Persona 5 streaming slash video policy. We recognize that our fans are the reason why the game is the major worldwide success it is, and we continue to want them to be able to enjoy the game without fear of being spoiled. However, we also heard your issue with the guidelines and have decided to revise them. Now, this right here, this is like a good start. Like, okay, they heard the feedback. They heard the feedback, and they start to revise it, which is a good thing. And I'm pretty sure I saw them, or I said like, hey, they might revise it maybe like a month or so down the line. It's close to the end of April, the release month of the game, so it's glad that they're doing it now. Going on. Because we want to give players the most access to the game while respecting the original goal, we're now asking players to refrain from streaming or posting videos past the end of the in-game date of November 19th, when the main story gears up for the final act. That right there, Atlus, you kind of spoiled it. Like, you spoiled, that's when the final act starts, is in November, which I guess if you pay attention during at the beginning of the game, you get caught sometime in the future. There's no date, but then you hear from the butterfly, female Philemon or someone, and they say 6 months ago. So like that incident that's happening was either in November or October. So there. So the good news is they now push the limitation past the July 7th date all the way to November 19th, which is good because I'll be honest. I think I'm about to infiltrate Madarame's palace on my playthrough. If you want, if you haven't already, you can go watch my playthrough of Persona 5. You can start watching it or continue watching it. I update videos regularly around 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, or 1 o'clock. But once Zelda finishes on Saturday, or on the 29th, I think that's a Saturday. When Zelda finishes on that day, all the days afterwards, that's when Persona 5 will move to the 11 o'clock slot, and then a new game will start on the 1 o'clock slot. Okay, so, but if you haven't been paying attention, like if you haven't been watching, I'm just letting you know I'm about to infiltrate the second palace. So yeah, I was about to infiltrate that one. Where I'm at in real time, I just saw the fallout of what happens during the third palace, which is unfortunate because the fallout for the third palace doesn't happen until July 9th. So with these original guidelines that they had, you couldn't, if you were a YouTuber or streamer streaming this game, video and posting videos of this game, you couldn't show the fallout of the third dungeon. You'd be 2 days shy of it, which was unfortunate because a lot of people, because that dungeon and that fallout were big implications. Like they had major things happening. And then the thing is, like, I saw what happens of the fallout and what happens afterwards. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand why they didn't want this, spoiled out there. Let's continue on. There's not that much left. I think I'll finish it before I continue on with my thoughts. We also want to apologize for those of you who saw the previous guidelines blog post as threatening. We want to be transparent about what we do, and the reason we released the guidelines was to give streamers the right information up front. It was never our intentions to threaten people with copyright strikes, but we clearly chose the wrong tone of how to communicate this. That is true. More about that once I finish this other little paragraph. Lastly, we want to thank you, our fans around the world, for supporting Persona 5 and ATLUS. This game is a global success because of your passion for the series, and we're happy that so many of you are enjoying it. this is a step in the right direction. And I'm pretty sure maybe middle of May, maybe at the end of May, they'll probably release a statement saying, hey, free reigns, go ahead, show the whole entire game, do whatever you want. I'm pretty sure they'll probably do that. The thing is, my one big gripe about this, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my previous video when I mentioned about these guidelines, was that when this game released in Japan, as far as I know, I did not hear anything about, hey, don't show anything. But I know they had something like that with Persona Q, but it was the whole standard, hey, don't post spoilers, okay? Like, just don't be a dick. Don't post spoilers. Like, that was their guideline when Persona Q released in Japan. But then once it came out for everyone else, they said nothing. They're like, okay, it's out for everyone. Go ahead. So September was like, what, 7 months ago? 8 months. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months, basically. 6 months. However you go with it, if you count the month. Whatever. 7 or 8 months. 6 to 8 months. Whatever. It's been out for a long time. It's been out for at least half a year. I'll go with that. So it's a whole... We've been avoiding spoilers for that long. I have. And I understand if you don't want to watch this, like, go ahead. Like I said, I post one video a day. And people have already beaten the game. And like I said, in my video series, I'm only up to the second palace out of like 10 or how many there are. I don't even know that. So, yeah, it's the whole, if people know what they're getting into. That's the thing. Like, they will know, like, okay, a person's playing this game. And I said this before, like, I don't watch people play video games that I'm playing myself or I'm recording video series myself until after I get past that fact. Like, someone on YouTube that is doing this playthrough right now, they just saw the fallout of the second palace, and I'm already past that, so that's why I'm watching them now. Like, I'm caught up with them because I know I'm like ahead of myself. Like, I'm far in the game. I'm in July, and that happens in like June. Yeah, June. So I'm watching that, and I'm like, okay, this is all, I'm fine because I have already seen up to this part at least. So, and that's the thing, like, in Japan, I don't know if they had any guidelines. I didn't hear anything besides the whole, hey, don't post spoilers. And I get that. I get that ATLUS doesn't want people to have this game spoiled. But you also have to understand that people will know, like, they're like, okay, this is where they are at. I am further ahead, so I'm okay with watching them. Or it might be someone that doesn't even want to play Persona, but they're like, sure, I'll watch them play this. And if they watch it, then maybe they'll buy the game. I know people that got Persona because of watching someone playing. Like, I watched someone stream Persona 4, and then people have been saying, yeah, I got into Persona because I watched you guys, so I'm picking up Persona 5 when that comes out. Which is good. Like, that's awesome. That's what this game series is about. Like, this is a fantastic game series. So yeah, hopefully maybe in May they will release a statement saying, hey, free reign, go ahead, show the rest of the game. So yeah. A few other notes I want to mention. There's some domain names that got bought by ATLUS. So we might see Persona 5 Ultimax fighting game and a Persona 5 Dancing All Night and maybe a Persona Q2 and maybe a Persona 5 Rogue, which might be like the golden version or the FES version of Persona 5, which would be cool. Depends on what it is. I hope that, if you bought the original Persona 5, they're like, hey, here's the expansion pack. It's like an expansion pack, like maybe a $15 expansion pack. I'll be okay with that instead of buying a whole new game. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say right now. So what do you guys think about the guidelines? Do you think they'll update them again? I'm pretty sure they will. So, and if you guys haven't already, you can watch my playthrough. It is on my other channel, RPG Kim Kid channel. That's in the description below. Link to my channel and link the playlist as well. So let me know what you think about the guideline changes. Is it a step in the right direction? Should they have should they have at least given you share functionality until up to that point as well? A lot of people think that. So yeah. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I look forward to hearing your response. I'll see you all next time.